This Could Get Dicey is an imperfect D&D game played imperfectly. Like the name suggests, this podcast could get dicey. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. And welcome to This Could Get Dicey, a D&D podcast where a group of buds get to unwind from their 9-to-5s and step into the world of Drugala. My name is Destiny Nieto, I play Lü'mis Bjorn, and before things get a little too dicey, I'd just like to say it's a beautiful day to get into Sporkle.
What's that?
Every week you come with these, like, fucking hot off the press, like, opinions that are just amazing.
Thank you. Sporkle is a website that has a bunch of quizzes from guess this movie.
I love quizzes.
Yes, but guess this movie based on these images from random scenes. Or one I played yesterday was guess a movie based on an 8-word sentence, and it was great.
Sounds fun.
It's fun. It's free.
Sounds great.
There's a plethora of quizzes and quiz types. Recommend checking it out.
It's beautiful website.
Sponsor us. My name is Alex Villarreal. I am playing the role of Ellis Vendove, and today is a beautiful day to hear a man using a chainsaw in your front yard, and you go outside to confront him, and you learn it's your landlord, and you have a really awkward conversation because you didn't know it was your landlord.
Damn. Homie, I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Oh, sorry you have to live with that.
Have you never met him before?
I have two landlords. I know one very well, and then this other guy who's just cut. I literally walked outside and I was just like, "How can I help you?" He's like, "I'm your landlord."
That's so bizarre. You have two landlords.
Why do you have two?
Well, that's the guy that was cutting the wood is the guy I pay rent to. The other guy is I guess like the property man. It doesn't matter. I didn't know who this guy was. and he was like, "I'm your landlord," and I was just like, "Oh," I was just like, "Well, have fun cutting up wood."
Hi, I'm Kenny Chilton. I'm playing Emil Mazak, and it's a beautiful day to try all the samples at HEB.
Ooh.
What was the top sample?
Ice cream sandwiches.
They sampled ice cream sandwiches?
Was it
Yeah,
like
like little,
how big was the
like
sample?
they cut it into quarters. It was like a regular cookie. No, one time I went late at night, like 10 p.m., and they were giving out samples of red wine and ice cream. It's like, this HEB is so... And there was like ambulance. It was like ambulance in the parking lots and stuff. It was like a wild time.
I always feel weird about the people that are like trying to get me to buy their beer or wine, and I'm like, I'm good, because they could be real pushy sometimes.
Have you seen, there's a guy on TikTok who like samples out his, I think it's sake, and he is like, he just posts when people are like really rude to him, and he's like, do you want to try it? And they like grab it and they're like, this is nasty, and then they like throw it into the trash. That guy. And he's like, word, okay. Or he asks them, and they're like, no, why would I want that?
Shout out to that guy. Very brave marketing tactic.
Brave marketing. Hello, my name is Becky Schmader. I am the game master for This Could Get Dicey, and today is a beautiful day to cook up some little maple pork breakfast sausages.
Sizzle.
They're tasty. I got this sizzle. I got this really tasty brand, and it's like, there's a lot of maple breakfast sausages out there. This one, I could smell the maple though as I was cooking it, and that seemed.
You're a maple girl.
I'm a little maple girly.
I'm a maple
And a little maple worldy.
In a maple world. Wrapped in maple. Sing it.
The wrapped in maple. You can wrap my hair and put maple everywhere.
D&D time.
Okay. D&D time. It is Wednesday, the third day of Wind Crisp. Our adventurers were last in Mistfall.
Can we fucking talk about this really quick? So we have Wind Crisp, the fucking autumn month of Wind Crisp. And it's Wednesday. The immersion.
Is this a bit?
Yes, it's a no. It's a serious question. I'm so confused. It's Wednesday in Wind Crisp. Oh, I'm just confused.
Do you have a problem with my immersion months? Speak now.
No, the month.
Go ahead.
The month I love. Mm-hmm. The Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oh.
I healthily question the immersion of that.
Okay, well, it's episode 3 now, and I should have thought about all of this 2 episodes ago, but I didn't. So yes,
I'm just giving you shit. I'm into it.
I could do it on the fly.
No, please don't. We're stuck with that forever.
It is Wednesday, 3rd day of Wind Crisp. Our adventurers were last in Mistfall, where they had gone to the Squirrel's Folly to better know each other. While there, they ran into Zenahab, a member of the Citrine Delegation, in need of some help. You all came to an agreement that she would introduce you to Danielle Stravage, her wife, and a person that Emil is looking for, if you all would retrieve a lost delivery east of Haymeadow. You all slept within the rooms of the Squirrel's Folly, and that is where we find you all coming down for breakfast in the morning. You all have been told you can go to the academy and speak with Dev Lassier to speak with Zena and Danielle. Alarin Sage is down in the tavern to greet you all with a nice breakfast of fruit, cheese, breads, pastries, tea, and hot oatmeal. A rainstorm has rolled in, and it's quite gloomy outside.
Good morning, y'all. I'm about to make myself a big old plate of breakfast. Y'all want to join me at the table?
Yes. Forgive me for wearing the same clothes I was yesterday. I promise I pressed it myself with some warm water and made sure to get out the stains from last night's brown ale. Yes, let's have some breakfast. I would request, could we possibly sit in another seat that's with a better view of the falls? I'm very interested in seeing the morning sun. Oh, it's fucking raining. Well, never mind.
I'd be down to sit by a window today.
Oh, hell yeah! Let's get a window. I mean, the city is still beautiful, even if it's raining. I mean, it's practically raining all the time because of all the ding dang mist. This is just bigger mist.
I guess that's true. You've never worked a market stall in a rainstorm. It's quite bleak.
You don't know everything about me. As I shovel oatmeal into my mouth.
Yes, like I for instance am learning right now about you, Ellis. You don't put any like brown sugar or honey, or you just like dig right in.
Just mustard.
God damn.
Mustard.
Oh, aye. That hurt my palate. Just hearing that.
Hey, canon.
It's a honey garden. Hey, that's an East Coast.
Okay, you can't just keep saying things that are East Coast.
Cannon, baby. All right. So what's on the agenda? We're going to the academy first, right?
Yes, we've made a connection, a tenuous one, but a connection with Zev. I believe his name was. Is that correct?
You made a connection with Zenahab and Dev Lassier.
Dev, who kind of works there. The open house I think isn't until tonight, so we kind of have a day to kill before the open house. We could just try and go to the academy before the open house and catch the people we need to catch. I think that's probably our best bet. There's gonna be less people around.
We could probably try to maybe knock out that whole wagon bullshit before we have to go to the open house potentially. I don't know how far away the wagon shit is, but
I think it was just east of the city, maybe. I can't remember.
It's east of Haymeadow, which you know to be about 6 days away from here.
Well, fuck.
Well, I mean, we can at least go to the academy.
Yeah, we can go. It might be. I mean, how many people are gonna really be there before the open house? In a way, it's polite to go early, because then we can get them before they're all busy.
True. And Lü'mis, didn't you? Isn't there somebody you want to talk to there? We can go see if they're available, office hours or something. I've never been to school.
And even if I did, I wouldn't go to office hours.
Like a nerd.
Yeah, there was a professor there that I wanted to discuss some things with. Maybe not even need to discuss, maybe just pick up some literature from them to learn more.
Yeah, like dead people stuff, right?
Yes, exactly. Death, dead people, dying, the meaning of life, typical stuff.
Are you talking more like fiction or non-fiction?
Talking more non-fiction.
Damn it! I really wished it was the.
I was
other
really hoping for like a nice like a YA novel.
Yeah,
type of thing.
like a fantastical macabre. You mean for real death, which
there's only one kind of death. I don't really know what you mean.
I read a book where death was kind of sexy, so I think there could be potentially lots of kinds of deaths.
Oh.
What made chance was that novel?
I gotta go get some more mustard. I'll be right back.
Lauren is a little too accommodating.
Oh, good morning. Oh, good morning, Ellis. Oh, did I not put out enough mustard for your oatmeal?
It's fine. I could be a little bit greedy when it comes to the mustard. It's so good.
You love just putting some mustard on it.
Everything.
I've even seen you put it in your coffee.
All right, this is where I draw the line. This is a little too visceral. I can take the death talk, but mustard and coffee, no.
Yes, and what if I told you this was just a bit?
Yeah, yes, and motherfucker.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. Ellis is a freak like that.
Got that right, fool.
Hell yeah, fool.
We hug.
Lauren, yeah, the cubbies were very nice. It was the best night's sleep I've had since I've started my travels. Thank you for being so gracious as our host. We're headed to the academy today. Thank you for helping us make connections last night.
Well, thanks for coming and staying at the Squirrel's Folly. We were inspired by squirrels to create cubbies in trees to have people sleep in them.
What did y'all think? I mean, I was a skeptic, but I consider me converted. Lü'mis, Ellis, Ellis, you stayed here before. Lü'mis, what did you think of the cubby?
It was fine.
Did you not embrace the squirrel, Lü'mis?
Not necessarily.
You missed out.
That's okay.
Lauren, if you could potentially hold on to those rooms for a night, I see that we might end up staying here another night. Lü'mis, you gotta embrace the squirrel.
Okay, yeah, I could keep the rooms another night. You just let me know. But they're yours if you need them. Although we might get busy because of the open house at the academy.
Would a down payment reserve? Do we need to pay you now to reserve the rooms?
No, I was just kidding.
Oh, sorry, I don't
just
always pick up on humor.
Another bit, just another little bit from your neighborhood Furbolg.
I look forward to getting to know you better, Lauren.
I look forward to getting to know all three of you better. Well, Alice, I know you a good bit. If you know where people put their mustards, then you know a lot about them.
That's what I'm saying. Let's never leave the squirrel's fault for the rest of this campaign.
The adventures come to you.
Y'all ready to head out? I'm full. Tummy kind of hurts, but let's go.
Yes, you ate all of our oatmeal.
Can't just make a decision.
Well, there's more. There's always more oatmeal.
No. I jest. That was me joking. Yes. Shall we?
Lauren looks at Ellis. I think he needs to work on his bits a little more.
I think he's still a little bit shaken up from being almost murdered in a cave yesterday. But
what? You were almost murdered in a cave yesterday? Did you tell me that?
I mentioned something about it. It's no big deal. We're here now. We're all good. Every time I come into this freaking place, I always have some crazy story about it. We'll see you later, Lauren.
All right. You all head out of the Squirrel's Folly, going up Main Street. Is there anything you want to do before you go to the academy or library? You're just kind of heading right there.
I would like to keep an eye out for somewhere selling daggers. I don't care how cheap it is, how poorly made the dagger is.
Okay.
I should be talking as myself. I don't. Emil doesn't mind if these daggers don't look great in quality. I'm just looking for anywhere I could pick up a pointy thing.
All right, you go to roll a investigation as you look around for the local blacksmith.
An 8.
You don't see the main blacksmith shop, if you will, but you remember seeing as you came in yesterday that there was like a little stall on the main drag of where they would set up for their daily kind of sales. And you can go to that little stall as it's set up still in the ring.
Hello, I'd like just a basic dagger, please. Sorry, friends. I'm taking Ellis's advice and picking up a sharp thing.
Good.
You have any specialties? You want just a normal dagger?
Yes, I don't have any training with any kind of weapons, so whatever you got that's sharp and stabby, I'll take it. And if you have anything for me to safely transport it, I'll take that too.
Yeah, we got normal daggers. Don't worry about it. Yeah, that'll be 2 gold pieces for a dagger.
I look over at Ellis and say, Is that a good price for a dagger?
Yeah, that's a fine price for a knife.
Okay, fine. 2 gold.
It comes with a scabbard already, so you can put it in your pocket or on your belt.
All right, I'll take it.
What's your name?
My name is Brian.
Well, Brian, you have a lovely little stall set up. I love all your stabbing items. You got the master's touch.
Oh, thank you. I'm not the master crafter, though. It's my daughter. She's the master crafter, actually. If you want to see more stuff, you could go to the Iron Oak. My daughter, Bella Shallow Sprig, she runs that. Well, I mean, it's a family business, but I've passed it on to her, 'cause she's just got the endurance that an old man like me doesn't have anymore.
Are you okay?
You just ever get something stuck in your throat and you just gotta go with it.
Constantly.
Sure.
That's me.
I mean, you're out here in the rain. I get it.
Thank you for saying that. I don't know what I mean by thank you, but thank you for saying that. For recognizing the weather, you know.
Brian, we will remember you for the rest of our lives. Thank you, Brian.
Wait, no, I have a lot of questions. You mentioned a business? The Iron Oak, is that what you said?
The Iron Oak, that's right. It's owned by the Shallow Sprig family. I'm the patriarch of the Shallow Sprig family. Brian Shallow Sprig.
Wow, well, it's an honor to meet you. I'm new to town. My friend Lü'mis here is new to town. Ellis has been here before, but it's an honor to meet someone of an esteemed business in town. That's great.
It's a pleasure to meet you. You have a business here? Did you mention what your business was?
I don't have a business here. I'm just visiting.
Okay.
But Bella, your daughter, you said?
My daughter, yes.
What's up with the Iron Oak?
Well, it's the best blacksmith in town. I take some of our crafts and put them out here on the street so it's a little easier for people to get to them. So that way travelers could just, like yourself, could just come in quickly and gather what they need without having to trek all the way over to the store. Although Mistfall, I will admit, not a very big city. It's like big, but it's very walkable.
And forgive me for getting specific, but the opportunity cost of opening another storefront, as small as it is, to the sales you make, is that worth it for you?
Well, sure. It's kind of like if you need the specialty things, then you go to the Iron Oak. I guess today, while it's raining, it doesn't make too much sense for us to be out here on the street. But sometimes I just like to get my hands in front of people, my face, I mean, not my hands.
Different side business. Well, I'm sorry. I'm just fascinated by successful businesses and the choices they make. So this one seems like a bold choice to send out one of their more seasoned members to do street side sales of weapons. It's just...
You would say that, but you should see my daughter. She's got guns the size of my head.
Yes, I would like to see that. That sounds fun.
Also, I didn't describe this guy. He's a very, very short fawn man who definitely, like, in his time looked like he was much, like, very built with lots of muscles, but since then has withered away a little bit.
What's your name, sir?
My name's Brian.
Brian? Okay, you said that. You for sure said that. I'm just...
You're testing an old man now, aren't you?
Yes, I'm pretty sure you gave us the same name twice to make sure your business is savvy. This dagger is very well made, I'm sure. I don't know anything about daggers, but feels good in my hand. I'm going to keep it in my scabbard. Hopefully I never have to use it.
I hope it serves you well.
As Lü'mis hears Emil say that he hopes he never has to use the dagger, you just see Lü'mis kind of roll his eyes.
Dig.
People don't buy daggers for no reason, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I bought mine to kill people with.
Whoa.
It's self-defense purposes.
I'm just kidding. You think I don't think... What do you think people buy swords and daggers for?
Exactly.
To stab people with. Or slash.
Or pierce.
Or pierce. I know my business.
Well, Brian, I hopefully... maybe some other time we'll stop by, the main hub, the Iron Oak and see what Bella has to offer.
Excellent. I would love to sell you more things.
All right, stay dry, friend.
Thank you kindly.
You are the true hidden gem of Mistfall. Thank you.
Oh, that's too kind of you.
Do you need a lozenge? I have several.
Do you? Well,
yes.
I love a hot candy.
You see Emil open his bag, and he does actually produce like a small bag of lozenges. He hands one to Brian, and he also pops one in his own mouth. Yeah, this weather, sometimes it just messes with the cough.
It does. It really just puts a lot of phlegm in my throat.
Yeah, enjoy that, and enjoy the 2 gold, and thank you for the dagger.
Enjoy stabbing people.
I certainly won't.
All right, is there anything else you all need to shop for or anything as you head to the academy?
I think I'm good.
Fantastic. Going up Main Street, you come to a square that has a fountain in the middle of it, leaves scattered about. At the base of the tree is the high hall where the representatives of Mistfall meet and where other government sort of business happens. On either side of the high hall, there are covered ramps that gently move upwards, wrapping around the large tree. They connect to additional walkways above that branch out to more large buildings that are built up into the large boughs of the tree. These are the Academy and Library of Mistfall. Signs direct you to the library or the main office for the Academy, whichever you desire.
So the whole Academy is kind of built up into tree. Is everything in Mistfall built up into the trees, like
eventually?
Yeah,
most things.
Okay.
At some point, most things. A lot of the smaller shops are kind of just on the ground near the bases of trees.
That's fucking cool.
But a lot of them are built up into the trees. Yes. Do you all want to go to the library, to the academy?
I turn to them and I'll go, y'all, the world's your oyster. I'm just following along. Where do y'all want to head into first?
I believe that Dev works the front desk or something similar to that.
Yeah, Dev is probably who we should go talk to first to see, direct us where we want to go.
Yeah, I think he might be able to point us in the right direction. So let's find the front desk.
Great. You follow the sign that goes up to the side of the tree, wrapping around it. You go up about probably 2 stories into a large branch of the tree, enormous. This tree has to be like hundreds, if not, multiple centuries old. You eventually make it to the front office, which has the elfin man at the desk that you recognize from the tavern the night before, Dev Lassir. And he sits at his desk. It's covered in scrolls, and his quill scratches away as you enter. Oh, hello there. Welcome to the Academy of Mistfall. I see you all made it.
Yes, we did. I see that you made it after your fun night of reading last night.
Oh, Good joke there. But yes, bright and early, I'm always here at the academy.
Damn it! I look at Lü'mis. That one wasn't a joke. Yes. So as we told you last night, or as I told you last night, I have some business here today, and so does my associate Lü'mis. We have some professors we're hoping to speak with. I know you said they sometimes prefer an appointment, but we were hoping to catch them before the activity of the open house, and we've come not necessarily unfounded. We have a connection we made last night, and I think she might be expecting us. The person I'm looking for.
I see here that Miss Hab has put in you in the book with a meeting with you and her and Miss Stravich in the botany wing. So you are free to go up to the botany wing. You there, pointing at you, Lü'mis, do you have an appointment with anyone in particular here at the academy?
I don't necessarily have an appointment, but I do have this. And you see Lü'mis kind of, I guess, rummage in their cloak and pull out a nicely folded piece of parchment and hands it to Dev.
Excellent. Let me take a look here. I love a good scroll, giving permission, I'm sure, for something. I see that this is from the monks in Mooncrest across the ocean there. I must say, unfortunately, the professor you're looking for, Professor Ralmovic, is not here right now. I believe she's out doing a guest lecture at the Academy of Ice Rune in Brinehorn. She'll be back in a few weeks, probably. Definitely worth trying to get an appointment with her, though. She has long been a devout follower of Dodothal, and an adventurer in her name as well, in her past. I see that your letter says that you're interested in divine beings, perhaps, and learning more about the death god, Dodothal.
Yeah, good job, you can read. So I guess appointment would be good.
Excellent. I will put you down for the 24th day of Windcrisp. She should be back by then. So if you return on the 24th day of Windcrisp, you should have your appointment with Professor Ralmovic then.
Thank you.
If there's anything else I can help you with, otherwise you may exit out the back of the building and head up to the botany wing.
Yeah, Fool, real quick. I don't really need to see any of these teachers or nothing like that, Senor Lassier. But y'all got like a cafeteria or anything here? Like, what's y'all's like food setup here? Is it like only for students, or like can I grab a bite?
It is only for students. I see that you are an East Coast citizen.
In the flesh.
Interesting.
What, you got a problem? You Midwestern fool.
No problem. No.
Yeah, I figured the cafeteria is only for students. I just wanted to check in. Well, nope, that's the only question I had. Thanks, Dev.
You're welcome. Is there anything else I can help you all with?
No, good luck with your arcane learning. I hope it's paying off for you.
It sure is, as I sit here at the front desk of the Academy of Mistfall.
Do you have ambitions to be a student?
A student? I have been a student in my time already. I have ambitions.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Beyond that, yes, I have dreams to be a professor one day, but there are currently no openings, so I bide my time here at the front desk.
Hey, you look damn good doing it. Y'all got a mascot?
No, we sure don't have a mascot. We don't really...
That's cool. I mean, that's fine.
No one really plays sports or anything, so we don't really have a need for school pride. Your pride is up here in your noggin. Fool.
I couldn't name a sport if you put a knife to my head. All right, Dave. Appreciate it.
I don't carry knives on me. I don't have an intention of killing people.
You should carry a knife on you.
Lü'mis rolls their eyes.
Dev, perhaps instead of waiting for an opening, you should go make one. Thanks for pointing us to the botany wing.
I
I'm just saying, if you wait for opportunity, it's never going to come. You have to sometimes make it on your own.
As you walk away and kind of head out of the back of the building, go ahead and roll a perception check.
21.
You see him just write, "Opportunity doth not wait," on his, on his little parchment.
Okay. That's fine with me.
Kenny, you just created another big bad.
They're really adding up. They're adding up. Okay.
I was gonna say, as we're walking away, I was like, it's like, Emil means that you should buy a knife.
You all head out to the back of the main building, where there is another mechanical lift, much like there is in front of the Squirrel's Folly. It takes you up about 2 floors to another walkway, which is the botany wing. The walkway from the mechanical lift leads to a structure built within the branches of another maple tree, so a neighboring tree. The structure is that of a very large greenhouse that has smaller structures branching off of it. Entering into the building, you find yourself in a grand garden with rooms that branch off from it, some leading to more gardens, some leading to laboratories, others to offices and reading rooms. The botany wing is fairly quiet, and there are a few students or professors you know not, ambling about, fawning over plants, writing notes, and taking soil samples. You do see, most close to you is a short, burgundy-colored grung who is kind of messing around with some plants in a flower bed.
Hello.
Oh, hello there. How may I help you all?
I have an appointment with Daniel Stravich. My name is Emil Mazak, and these are my associates.
Oh, yes, Professor Stravitz. You can find her down there at the end of the hallway if you are looking for her.
Thank goodness. Thank you so much. What a beautiful greenhouse. I'm just like, thank goodness she's so available.
Well, yes. She is a professor here on the botany wing. And she's always available. Well, that's not true. She's not always available. But she's here right now.
Thank you very much. I'm just giddy. I'm giddy to be so close to the person I've traveled across the continent for. I came from Venzor. I know it's not across the continent, but I've traveled quite a ways from Venzor to be
quite
to
a
be
distance, yes. Quite a distance, of course, to get here.
All right, we're going to go talk to Professor Stravich now.
Excellent.
Thank you for your guidance. Get away from this person.
He goes back to digging around in the dirt, and you all head down, following the directions, unless you do something
As we're
else.
walking that way, I would like to whisper to my companions. I have to be honest with you.
Yeah, you're pretty rude.
I am. I've been told that before. I'm trying to be better about it. I most of my time has been spent kind of fighting my way to the top. That's neither here nor there.
You literally said the other day you don't fight.
Well, I meant more clawing in a metaphorical sense, not so much with this. And you see the dagger scabbard has been kind of like awkwardly wrapped around like where a breastplate would be. Like, I don't even, like, that's so uncomfortable. How does anyone wield this on a regular basis? I wanted to say that, like, you might catch me in some lying here, but it's all business, okay? So just, I'll explain all afterwards. Just, if you could please play along as best as possible.
I mean, the pro is that I also don't know you super, super well, so you could pretty much say fucking whatever, and I'm going to go along with whatever you say. You can just fill us in after.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at like boosting people up, making them seem more I don't know, I guess like important or like whatever. If you need help at all, just give me a wink and I can help, make you look like the cream of the crop.
Yeah, I would not have felt bold enough to push that orc woman into the fire yesterday if it wasn't for you. I appreciate and remember that, so I will. Thank you for the offer. As Emil begins to continue walking that way, he clears his throat, and then to spare our listeners, I won't do it, but he also goes into a little bit of a coughing fit, I would say. Stops for a second and pops another lozenge, and then Okay. Whew, I'm good. All right. And then continues on.
Great. You follow the directions of the grung man that they gave you, and you follow the hall of the grand garden to the back, where you reach a doorway that leads to a small spiral staircase. At the top of the staircase is a door with a sign marked Daniel Stravich, Academy Botanist, Citrine Delegation member.
Knock, knock, I say.
Knocking, okay. Knocking on the door and sing-songingly saying it, you hear shuffling from the other side and two voices. A human woman with a long gray braid down her back. She wears a green vest embellished with gold vines and a long-sleeved tan shirt. Underneath that has brown leather elbow patches, answers the door. Peering past her, you see this is her office. One side is glass and looks out into the rooted woods. The ceiling is also glass, and the rest of the walls are wooden and covered in drying plants. She has a desk on one side, and on the other, a small gardening table of sorts. Also inside is an orc woman, Zenahab, who you met the night before. Hello there, who might you all be?
Hello, and I look over her shoulder and say, Hello, Zeno, good to see you again. My name is Emil, and these are my associates, Lü'mis and Ellis. We met with, I assume if you're Professor Stravich, we met with your wife last night.
Oh, yes, please come in. And you all are welcomed into the office. It's pretty small, but can fit the five of you at least somewhat comfortably. Yes, thank you kindly for coming to meet with us today. I heard that you had questions for me, and we have a job for you, so shall we get to business then? I don't know who wants to kind of go first here, but...
Well, I am actually the one who specifically was seeking you out, Professor Stravich. I have an associate in Venzor who has pointed me in your direction in pursuit of a rare flower. I'm looking for the petals of a specific bloom, and I'm hoping that with your expertise you could either deliver said bloom to me, or you could point me in the direction of this flower. The one I'm speaking of is called the indigo magnolia tree. Yes, I'm looking for the petals of an indigo magnolia tree bloom. As I understand it, this is pretty rare, but could be quite profitable for my business, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get it.
Interesting, your business. May I ask who of the delegation sent you to me?
Does it change your opinion of helping me if I say a certain name?
No, I suppose I'm just curious why someone from the Citrine Delegation would send you along without telling me about some sort of plant need, I suppose, but no, it doesn't change the opinion of it. The indigo magnolia, though, it is a very rare plant, and I'm a little apprehensive to tell you too much without knowing that we can trust you all, as I don't like the idea of it just being taken for a business need, per se. What sort of business do you run?
I have a general goods store, Venzor's Varieties. We've grown our customer base quite a bit, and it includes members of the Citrine Delegation. The member with whom I've been speaking is actually the one who suggested I carry this item, so I came in pursuit.
Roll a deception, persuasion, whichever you would like.
19.
Interesting. Again, I wish I was looped in a little bit more sometimes with what fellow members of the Citrine Delegation were up to, but can't always be in constant communication given the distance between all of us. That being said, I'm still a little apprehensive. It's a rare plant that can have healing qualities, and I wouldn't want it to just sort of go on without knowing that I can trust you to not, chop down the whole tree, so to speak.
I'm not in the business of chopping down anything. You mentioned healing qualities. How potent is this flower?
It can be quite potent at healing, although nothing it's used most frequently in healing potions and salves to cure poisons and curses, sometimes even. There's not a lot written about its healing properties, as it's a very rare bloom. It's deep within the Elder Woods on the west side of Icerune. And it doesn't bloom very often either, as you can imagine, and given its coloration, it actually blooms most frequently within the winter time. So you're in luck that would be on the horizon.
This is great. It's awesome to have so much information about it. Is there anything else you can tell me about it? You said it's used in potions and salves. What about more serious? I just want to make sure my customers know what they're purchasing if they do purchase it. I promise you, I have no intention to harm the plant, just to harvest a sample of it. How powerful could this be? What's the height of its capability?
I suppose it's not fully known. I mean, honestly, I haven't even had that much time to study it myself. And so, if you were able to perhaps give me a sample as well, when that time comes that it blooms, perhaps I could learn more as well, if that would be of aid to you.
If it would help you, it would most certainly help me. Just because of what my customers could know about it. I want to make sure that I'm delivering on my business's promises.
Right, of course.
I could certainly bring you some.
Excellent. Well, that will be a later date, as it's still early in autumn and it doesn't bloom at least until the first sort of freeze at the earliest. But enough, I guess, about here's what I can offer you now. But we would really like your help with this job. And if you were to complete it, I think we could give you more information, or at least perhaps help you with the indigo magnolia.
There's nothing that can substitute for the indigo magnolia. If I wanted to sell something sooner?
I suppose it depends what you're wanting to sell it for.
I don't know.
If you don't mind me potentially cutting in here. Hi there, my name's Ellis. I don't know if we met last night. Forgive me if I'm reading a little bit too much into this, but you seem to be a bit apprehensive and trusting my good friend Emil here with this plant. Look, I know this. I've known this guy for years. He's one of the most trustworthy men I know. I'd trust him with my life. But I would say, whatever job y'all got for us, we could potentially be happy to do it if you'd be willing to pass over more information, maybe after completion of said job. Maybe a little gold. I just want to throw that out there too. Maybe a little gold. But, plants are cool. I look at Lü'mis, I'm like, plants are cool, right?
You see the orc woman who's kind of been standing a little bit behind Danielle, or back in the corner a little bit. And, we didn't have a chance to meet last night, but we do have a plan to have you. We would pay you for this mission, but yes, we'd be gladly help your friend here a little bit more if you could help us with this mission. But also roll a persuasion check or deception check to see how well they believe you with this lie.
You got it. I'm gonna use a luck point.
Okay.
Take that lucky.
Much better. That is a what's 16 plus 6?
22.
22.
It's good to know that we happened across a group of adventurers, I suppose, who perhaps know each other fairly well. We didn't have quite that good of luck with our previous associate, if you will. But great. Why don't we tell you more about this mission, if that sounds good to you all?
Please do.
Everyone on board? I look at both of them.
Lü'mis nods.
I nod as well.
Excellent. Well, previously we sent some mercenaries to retrieve a package from Theron Hill. They were to bring it along in a caravan of supplies. Unfortunately, they were ambushed on the last leg of the trip, leaving Haymeadow. About 6 days' travel from here, the caravan was decimated, Many of the mercenaries were injured or died, allegedly. None of the supplies of our delivery made it back to Mistfall. This was all reported to us by our associate Elizabeth, who Emil and Lü'mis you met last night. We ask that you go to the location, investigate what happened, hopefully find the delivery, and bring it back. The delivery is a potentially dangerous plant matter that we're studying more closely, and we don't really like the idea of it being out and about in the world.
Can you tell us anything more about? I know we're talking about a lot of plants today, but if we were to find this plant, is this something we should also be careful with in the handling of?
Danielle steps forward. You definitely want to be very careful with this. It's like a black, mossy, licheny ichor. I guess ichor's maybe not the right word, but we've seen it described as a lively black moss, so to speak. It spreads and kills as it spreads and corrupts the land a little bit. So it would be dangerous. I wouldn't recommend touching it with your bare hands. This was just a small sample that we were to receive to continue our testing on it, or to test on it for the first time.
Sounds like another rare plant. Where does it hail from?
We're not exactly sure. We just know that some of it showed up in Theron Hill, or around Theron Hill, and that was suspicious and weird. No one had really seen it in that area, and so we were being given a sample to examine more closely.
I'm sure everything will go well, but let's say this plant has already begun spreading when we get there. Is there a way to get rid of it, to stop it from spreading?
We're not sure what that might look like. If you're unable to bring the delivery back, a detailed report of everything you know would be sufficient, and further effort in destroying, detaining, whatever of this plant matter would result in further compensation for you all.
All right, so let me just get this straight here. 1, find sample, bring sample back. That's like numero uno goal. Number 2, if plant has spread, kill plant. If potential, still bring back sample. Y'all would like a sample, ideally, but if shit gets a little whack, we'll burn those, scorched earth type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
That would be excellent. Yes, I believe that does it. You all will be compensated 50 gold pieces each to find a delivery and bring it back. If you do more than that, we will gladly compensate you even more. Here's a map of the area, and Zena rolls out a map of Mistfall to Haymeadow and marks on the map about 6 days travel from here where the attack on the caravan allegedly happened.
Does this plant matter pose a risk to us? If we're exposed to it for too long, could it say infect us with anything or grow inside of us or on us?
That risk is always there, as we don't know too much about it at the moment. I would suggest to just be as cautious as possible with it.
Okay. Thank you.
And when you all return, Zena stepping forward more, we will gladly help you with what you need. This is a very important mission to us, and so we want to make sure that we are on equal footing, I suppose, one would say. When you've done this deed for us, we would like to make sure you're properly compensated beyond just gold.
Yeah, hopefully in 12 days time, 6 days there, 6 days back, we'll all be scratching each other's backs and 50 gold wiser.
Excellent.
In that regard, we traveled here on foot. 6 days is a long time to travel. Do you have access to, horses or a wagon to bring this box back so we're not carrying it by hand the entire time?
we can give you the means to rent a wagon here at the stables and take it out. That should hurry up a little bit of your travel time, but more importantly, help carry back whatever you find.
Fantastic. We'll make sure to protect it with our lives.
We will just send word down to the stables and let them know to rent out a wagon for you, so that that's just handled, and we will just cover the cost of that.
Thank you.
I think we were potentially interested in checking out the open house tonight, but if so, we'll leave first thing in the morning. If not, we could potentially leave this afternoon. But yeah, we appreciate you being so. We appreciate the mission.
I plan on having us back here in 12, 13 days. So anything you could do to have information on the Indigo Magnolia ready to go, I'm quite eager to get out there and get what I can.
Go ahead and roll persuasion with advantage, given Ellis's deception earlier.
17.
Oh, 12 days time, we can definitely do some research for you until you get back to find out more information. I'm quite interested to see what all the Indigo Magnolia really could be used for, too, so I appreciate the opportunity to learn more about it.
Thank you. The Citrine Delegation has been more amiable than I ever thought, just as a businessman.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad that you've had some positive experience with the majority of us, hopefully.
Anything else before we go? I look at my companions.
You got some cool plans. We appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us today.
Lü'mis just shakes their head.
I have one last question, and perhaps this is in bad taste. But considering the day we had yesterday, I don't think so. Is Elizabeth going to be a problem? She seemed quite distraught after her failure.
It is a possibility that she could be a problem. We've compensated her well for the job that she did do. It's not her fault that the caravan was destroyed, so but I will be honest, she wasn't the most trustworthy associate that we could have hired, probably, so there's a possibility you might run into her again, but we've done what we can to hopefully ensure that doesn't happen.
Anything we should know about her in particular, then, if she's going to be a hindrance to our recollection of this plant matter? I want to make sure we know everything we can about her.
Go ahead and roll insight as you're kind of prying about Elizabeth a little bit more.
11.
She keeps to herself mostly. I wouldn't pry too much, I suppose, about who she is or who she hangs around with, so to speak.
Fair enough. Okay. We will head out as soon as possible and be back with you soon.
Excellent. I look forward to seeing you all again, and we'll find as much information as we can for you about the Indigo Magnolia. You all leave the academy, unless there's something else that you want to do while in the academy. It's about 10 a.m., so there's a lot of day left, so you can choose to head out if you would like, or you can stick around until dusk, nighttime, when the open house is.
As we're leaving the academy, I turn to both Ellis and Emil and go, do you think before we head out on this mission we should take care of Elizabeth?
Like, you mean like take her out?
That's an option. I was thinking more of just make sure she stays here.
One, I like where your head's at. I don't like any loose ends. But I'm really good at like lying. I'm not especially good at, I guess, like intimidating a fool. Unless you are, but I worry that we'll get in. I don't want to get in trouble. I feel like the Citrine Delegation, like, just the name alone. I don't know much about them, but the name alone sounds like, ugh.
I hear you, Ellis, but I'm actually more with Lü'mis on this one. The way I see it, Elizabeth is a liability, and it's foolish to leave a liability hanging without at least having more information.
I mean, I'm down to clown around till the sun goes down. Let's go find her, and let's go see what she's up to.
Maybe we could just ask around at the Squirrel's Folly to see if she hangs around often, if they know where we could find her, any affiliations. I don't want to be ambushed again.
Yeah, you didn't handle it well the first time.
Thankfully, you two were
Damn,
there.
dog.
No, hey, I am open to criticism, and I think that's a very fair assessment. If y'all hadn't been there, I'm not sure I would have done well.
Well, I mean, we also could see if we can get ambushed again, and maybe you can redeem yourself with your new knife.
Well, I was actually going to hope, in 6 days of travel, I was hoping you could maybe teach me a thing or two about how to use this thing.
Oh, yeah, I'll give you all the pointers I got of how to stab somebody.
Pointers? That's good. That's a good one.
Hey, glad you caught it. You're catching on. All right, yeah, I mean, also, real quick, let's just check in really quick. Did any of y'all give a shit about this open house? I was playing the dice game last night, so I wasn't really giving a shit. What's the deal with the open house? Why do we care?
I don't think the open house is necessary for us anymore. Emil, it kind of seems like you got what you needed for the most part. The person I'm trying to see isn't even going to be there. So I feel like, unless, Ellis, that's something you wanted to check out, I think we can just skip it.
I want to go to vocational school. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to go to open house. Let's head back to the Squirrel's Folly. Maybe ask Lauren, ask around to see if our person of interest is around. And I mean, if not, we still got some daylight we could burn if we want to head out today.
Agreed.
You all head down the winding path around the tree, across the square, back to the Squirrel's Folly, where you see it's pretty empty inside. Most people have probably gone to work. If they were travelers, they've headed out for the day. So there's a couple people sort of just reading, but mostly it's just Lauren cleaning up breakfast and dishes from the morning. Oh, you're back! Oh, welcome back. I wasn't... welcome.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be here too long, Lauren. We're actually about to head out for. I know, but you know me. Well, I'll always be back.
Unless you die.
Unless I die,
Isn't
that crazy?
Don't die though.
Hey, one, we all gotta go someday, but two, it's not gonna be anytime soon. I'm gonna be back. But before we head out, we're probably gonna be gone for at least close to 2 weeks. But we were wondering if there was a woman in the bar last night. And I look at Emil and Lü'mis. I was like, what was their name?
Her name was Elizabeth. She was with another patron, Zena.
Oh, sure, Elizabeth. I know her. Yeah.
I lean in to Lauren. And I'm like, look, you don't gotta worry about nothing if you don't feel comfortable saying anything. I understand you're trying to run a business here, but part of the mission that we might be able to sort of top secret stuff. This Elizabeth person, you keep this on the down low. We kind of want to know a little bit more about them before we head out. Any chance you could potentially fill us in?
Her name is Elizabeth Lavax. And she's... Come closer.
I'm close.
She's a member of the Court of Outlaws. She's pretty high ranking, I think. But it's one of those things like, you don't find her, she finds you.
Oh, well, cool. Good to know. I don't... Becky, would I have heard of the Court of Outlaws in my travel?
Probably at some point you've heard of something, especially here in Mistfall. It's the Thieves Guild / bandits that kind of run around Mistfall. you know that the people that you ran into, Gramps' gang, if you will, they were not part of the Court of Outlaws. The Court of Outlaws are definitely a more well put together group of bandits and thieves that run around in the woods and the undercity kind of vibes in different cities.
Kind of more of like an organized crime sort of vibe as opposed to just like general roadside bandits sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Great.
So yeah, you definitely have heard of that just because you've probably at some point have done some missions with them or gotten in trouble with them, something like that.
When Alarin says that, I go, fuck. Y'all, so the Court of Outlaws, kind of a bigger deal in the underground world. I ask Alarin, does Elizabeth like hang out here regularly? Do you see her often?
No, it was sort of weird to see her last night, even. She'll come around every once in a while. I mean, people gotta meet up in taverns, if you will. But it was a little strange to see her. You didn't hear it from me, but...
Oh, Alarin, you are good. You are
okay.
Absolutely good. You don't have to worry about a thing. But you would probably reckon that, hanging around here trying to catch her showing back up, probably a fool's errand. Huh?
You probably wouldn't see her 2 times in the same week at a place either, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay, well that's good to know. We will definitely keep an eye out, Alarin. We appreciate the info. Our lips are sealed. You know we got your back.
I know. Well, and if you don't, there's others that do too,
Yeah, you're covered.
People
we
like
appreciate
me.
it. Wait,
people like me, right?
Oh yeah, everybody
right?
loves you. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really a cool thing you just said. It was like vaguely threatening, but in like a nice way.
I know.
Oh, thank you. I don't want to be too soft, I run a tough business.
And you're succeeding.
I just have so much to learn from you. Yeah.
All right, well, hopefully we'll see you in 12, 13-ish days. We'll be back. I guess you can go ahead and cut our reservation. We probably won't be staying here tonight.
But I'll see you in 13 days or so.
And we'll be back to get snug as a bug in our little cubbies.
And they'll be there for you, I promise.
We hug again.
Okay. You all hug. Ellis hugs Alarin. I assume the other two. Lü'mis, you definitely do not hug.
I look at Lü'mis and Emil. I'm like, y'all, Alarin gives the best hugs. Literally, get in here.
No, come on.
Lü'mis does not move.
Okay, that's all right.
Sure. Okay, yeah, sure.
Alarin gives you a hug. It's very nice. She's pretty large as a furbolg and is able to really wrap you up in her arms a little bit.
Hugging Emil, it's not nice hugging Emil, particularly. It's very stiff.
Okay, so you don't want to lean into it a little bit? No? Okay.
This is the best I can do at the moment.
Into it.
Oh, all right. Is there anything you else want to do as you're heading out of the Squirrel's Folly before heading out of town?
Real quick, I just want to check in with y'all. If y'all don't feel like sharing, that's fine. I got a little bit of cash on me. It might be worth potentially picking up a healing potion if we can scrounge it up. I don't have enough for one. I don't know how much money y'all rocking with, but we also don't want to, blow the bank too if it's out of reach. I have a little bit of, if we need help on the battlefield, I can potentially help us out. But it's always nice to have a backup.
I have 4 gold pieces.
Good to know.
I have 7 plus this ring I stole off of those bandits. That's worth 5 gold.
Okay, so probably not enough for a healing potion. That's fine. I have 34 on me currently, but I spend money like I got somewhere to be, so we can expect that to be gone.
You just carry that around on you? 34 gold in your pocket right now?
That I don't have a bank. I just can't. If I have money, I have it on me.
Oh. Where did all this money? You said these are odd jobs, or you just have all this on you at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, you do jobs for folks. You save up. Frugality is a a goal I am constantly striving towards, yet constantly
don't talk to me about frugality. Frugality is my fucking middle name. Don't talk to me about that. I mean, I love what you're putting down, but yeah, I guess it is coming from a place of jealousy.
I mean, that's why, I mean, like, y'all, rooms, beer, don't sweat the small stuff. We're out here living.
Livin, living.
Living. A beautiful day to play Survivor.
All right.
I mean, y'all ready to hit the highway?
Yeah, let's get to the stables.
Great. You all go by the stables. You pick up the wagon that's been reserved for you from Zena and Danielle. It's a single horse carriage. Not carriage, it's a wagon. Single horse cart sort of situation. Spots for two to sit up with the horse. You can sit in the back if you want to. With the wagon, you will be able to cut a day of travel off just because you're able to move at like a slightly better pace. You all head out the gates of Mistfall, and that is where we will stop for our session today.
We got a mission.
Hit the road.
You got a mission.
Open road.
You got a plan. You got a wagon with a horse.
Looking for a fucking plan.
Looking for a plan. You are 5 days travel from Hay Meadow.
The music's coming in all night long.
Have you ever driven a week to find a plant? That's where we're going. It's going to get exciting. You can find This Could Get Dicey where all podcasts are streamed and on Instagram at TCGDpod. If you found this enjoyable, leave a review, share it with a friend. Thanks for joining us, and stay tuned to our next episode coming out Wednesday, March 22nd. Bye!